And hello everybody, today we are going to be talking about libertarianism. So first, let's jump into it with starting with what exactly is libertarianism? Libertarianism is a political philosophy that upholds liberty as a core value. Now, that's very broad and doesn't really narrow it down too much, as most every political philosophy, at least in the United States, at least claims to uphold liberty as a core value. Granted, the definitions of liberty change depending on what time frame and what political philosophy you're specifically talking about, but at least most political philosophies claim to use liberty as a core value. We'll touch more on that later, but for the moment, let's talk specifically about the Libertarian Party. One thing you'll notice about the Libertarian Party is despite them being the third largest party in the United States and tending to get 1 to 5% of the vote during general elections, they still fail to have any sitting members of the House or Congress, despite them having multiple opportunities in the past to succeed here. So, why? Other parties have successfully sat House members all the time, with people like Bernie Sanders managing to make it into office and stuff like that. But the Libertarian Party seems to constantly fail at every level that they try, despite having more momentum than any other third party and having multiple opportunities where if they had given a good pitch, they might have been able to legitimately contest one of the other main parties for the supremacy in the field. I think a good step here would be to step back and look at one of the two major parties that currently dominate American politics. So let's just take a second and let's look at the Republican Party and why they win elections. I think the first and most obvious reason, compared to the Libertarian Party, is the Republican Party and also the Democratic Party have clear messages. When you look at the Republican Party and you're talking about a social issue, you're going to get a clear answer that almost every single Republican will answer the exact same on where they stand on the social issue. Now, this doesn't mean that the stances don't change over time and that you won't get some variation across candidates. Of course you do, otherwise there'd be no point in voting for a candidate in the first place. However, there's a certain degree of that comfort. Like, I know if I elect somebody from this party, there's these couple things that I know I'm getting, period, end of story, and that matches with a lot of my ideals, so I'm going to vote for this party. Let's bring this back to the Libertarian Party. The Libertarian Party, its main ideal is liberty. However, as mentioned at the beginning of the video, there's different definitions of liberty depending on who you ask. A conservative is likely to give you an answer like liberty is the pursuit to do what is right. At least more traditional conservatives are likely to give you that answer. Whereas a liberal is a lot more likely to give an answer like liberty is the availability to do whatever you want. So you don't even have a consensus on what the word liberty means, and it's considered different across different political spectrums. But the libertarians don't even seem to have a specific definition, with some libertarians giving the more liberal definition, some libertarians giving the more conservative. And ultimately, I don't even really think there's all that much more to be said. The libertarians just don't have a message. They all disagree with each other. The only thing they have in common is that they all want some version of liberty. But they don't even agree on what liberty means. A party that is so disjointed with each other and disagrees on every front will never stand a chance in an election against people that have well-grounded beliefs that their entire voter base agrees with. When you're facing people that are very well-grounded and have good ideals, you can't beat it with, well, we all kind of believe in liberty. It's just not going to happen. Now, is that just it? Is the Libertarian Party doomed? Is there nothing they could do? Well, I don't think so. I think the Libertarian Party, if they wanted to legitimately stand a chance, maybe not in the presidential election, but at least in getting some House representatives in and maybe even some senators from more libertarian states, I think they could. I think they just need to get a unifying message first. Something that resonates with people and is concrete. The problem is at the moment they don't have that, and in a party that's as disjointed as the Libertarian Party is in the first place, it's going to be very difficult for them to be able to unify around anything enough for them to come to a conclusion together. So at the end of the day, I think currently the Libertarian Party just simply is what it is. They'll probably continue to garner the third or fourth most votes in every general election, but I doubt they'll go anywhere. They're going to probably just sit there and continue to soak up some votes from both sides of the channel, depending on whether they put out a more liberal standing candidate or more conservative standing candidate that year. Anyway, guys, I would like to thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. And if you did, leave a like, subscribe. Helps out the channel. This is more of a hobby channel that I just, will occasionally post on when I'm bored and want something to do. So, your guys' support means a lot for whether or not I continue to do this. And, yeah, appreciate you all.